Welcome back to Crusader Kings 2 when the world stopped making sense. When I was plugging my headphones in, I accidentally hit the play button, the spacebar. So we started with an event here. While watching the latest play from the local philosopher, you notice that some of the actors are completely drunk. This is an insult to your honour. Do you want to kick them out and lose 50 prestige, or it strengthens the play? 20% chance of getting drunkard, 10% chance of getting slothful. But, hang on, we gain 1 learning from that? And that's a permanent stat boost. You know what? Slothful and drunkard we can get rid of. I'll take the learning. Oh shit, and apparently I'll also take drunkard. Oh, good. Well, this is a great way to start the video. We get to touch the statue's gigantic donger again. I'm going to touch the statue's phallus and move on with the video. So, last episode we had the Immortality event for the Chain Fire. Now, some of you seem unsure whether or not we got a legitimate mystic. So, the Eternal Life event chain in CK2 is exceptionally complicated, and there are almost twice more ways that you can fail it than you can succeed. In fact, I think it's 90% chance likely to fail just from the event firing. It's like ridiculously complicated. Anyway, we have Idun the Youthful, who has 20 in a stat, which normally would imply to me that she is a legitimate mystic, because when the event fires, there is a very small chance of her actually being a legitimate mystic. Now, some of you were suggesting that maybe if she had the trait Genius. If she had the trait Genius, then she would be a legitimate mystic. But with a stat of 20, I think it also means she could be legitimate. Anyway, we might have already failed at the first hurdle, is what I'm saying. So, we'll really see how it goes here. Now, there is a way to check, but I'm not going to do that for the spirit of the game here. Are we going to live long enough? We are 80. Drunkard is not a health balance in this, which is great to see. Now, we have the trait Cannibal. This is the other thing I wanted to talk about. We obviously got the Cannibal because we were a glutton in seclusion with no food, so we ate a man or a lady. I don't really remember. Now, there's a really unique mechanic with the Cannibal trait that I don't think anybody knows about, besides maybe about 2 people. Let's take a look. Now, what you can do is, with the Cannibal trait, if you eat people, there's a chance that you can gain their congenital trait. So, say, for example, we find a genius man, or any particular genius that wouldn't mind joining our court. Okay, we're going to have to kidnap a genius. We're going to kidnap a genius who is within Diplo range. Can we even kidnap in this mod, or if they... No, okay, that's not an option. We would need to spy on them first, wouldn't we? Or join the Satanic Society, which I don't think exists. Well, you know what? If we get a genius in our court at some point, which I would go join court... we go join court any. Leave that as it is. We'll look for people who might potentially join, like this dude. Send him a gift and just invite him along, right? Now, either that or we can buy favors, obviously, as well, but it would be cheaper to do it this way for the most part. 18 gold versus 80 gold. We invite to the court. And then what we can do is we can put him in prison or something along those lines. Try and find a way to actually get him into our prison there. So that's going to give us -10. I've got to think of a method of doing it. I know you can spy on them, but that involves flipping over to the intrigue focus. I don't really want to do that. We could just make him haters, but then we also run the issue of him leaving court. But making him haters would increase the chance of him, obviously, plotting against us there. I'll mark him as special interest. We'll come back to this later on when I've sort of thought about how the mechanics of it are going to work. Basically, you need them in the prison, and then you eat them, and there's a chance you can gain their trait. So over time, assuming we become immortal, we could potentially eat, you know, someone who's attractive, someone who's strong, someone who's a genius, and get all those traits for ourselves. Now, you can apparently also eat an immortal and become immortal. So, something worth bearing in mind. Now, it's a very low chance for it to happen, but if we're immortal, we've got all the time in the world to do it. So, an intriguing encounter. You expected a wrinkled old crone, but the alleged mystic was standing before you was something entirely different. Although she's very different compared to other women in the court, no one can deny that her beauty is breathtaking. With a voice as soft as lamb's wool and tinged with a foreign accent, she introduces herself as Idun. You invite her to dine with you, and her conversation is most intriguing, if not outright controversial at times. Do we want to accept her teachings and piss off all of our temple vassals? Do we want to ask her to leave? Do we want to cancel one of the rarest events in the game in exchange for 100 piety? Or do we want to imprison her and potentially eat her and gain her attractive, youthful face? Well, obviously we're going to accept her teachings there. That should be really a non-question. So what we want to do is, again, work on getting this guy into our prison. I'll do that very, very quickly. Why is our entire court consisting of... Wait, what? Am I going crazy right now? Okay, I was looking at the wrong dude. I was going to ask why our court consists entirely of Persians then. Honestly, there's no good reason why we shouldn't flip over to intrigue. I actually thought we were on hunting or theology, one or the other, to give us that health bonus. But seeing as we're not on it anyway, we might as well just go for intrigue. So what we want to do now is go to the dude that we've just invited to court and we want to spy on him. Now that's going to give us opportunities to slander him. That's going to give us opportunities to actually throw him in our prison eventually. We can create like false evidence and things like that and actually get him in the prison and then devour him whole. What's his religion there? Tibetan? Scythian paganism refers to a mythology of the Scythians, an ancient Iranian people who dominate Central Asia. Oh, okay. I need to learn about a lot more about this mod, because there's obviously a lot of ancient religions that I have no idea what they are or what they represent. Anyway, that's that plot in action. So we might just be able to get the genius trait. I can see that we're going to get the genius trait, and then we're going to die because we don't become an immortal, or something along those lines. Oh, sweet. So the intrigue focus is actually paying off already. Assassins are a constant danger that every ruler may have to face. To prepare, you've decided to expand the size of your personal bodyguard. We gained 1 intrigue for, apparently, for nothing, basically, for free. That's pretty nice. And obviously, we'll work the way through, if we become immortal, through every focus and try and get the endgame traits there. Ruler are married. Excuse me? My wife, though? My wife was murdered? On the 16th of October, I didn't even notice. Pontifex Volsanius. Oh, really? Pontifex Volsanius. You think you can kill my wife and get away with it? Tyrannical? What? Why? You literally murdered my friggin' wife. Using this option is viewed as tyrannical. Why? Am I going crazy? Hang on. Wife was murdered on the orders of Pontifex Volsanius. Pontifex Volsanius imprisoned this man. This will be viewed as tyrannical. What in the shit is going on there? Oh, so you can... Oh, I didn't realise. Sorry, it's completely legal within the Western Roman Empire to murder the Emperor's wife. That's fine. Sorry, I can't act against you legally at all there. So actually, I'm starting to revolt, and then I'm going to eat him whole because he has the left-handed trait, and I want it. So, let's decide to revolt, and then let's finish him off. Oh, I don't think anyone's actually going to join. What the fuck is that, though? We should absolutely be able to imprison this man. Well, alright then. Never mind, I guess. Some of you wanted to know why I haven't started taking out, you know, Africa, Sardinia, Sicily, places like that. Simply just because I thought expanding into Germania, while it's all fractured, I mean, look at it, what a state. Might be just the easiest play for us right now. We've got Casus Belli against them, but we could start taking them out, actually, because they have weakened significantly since when we started the game here. The Vandals pretty much have nothing left, so they've only got 700 men. Can we just go ahead and take Imperial Reconquest of Africa? Unification War for Italia? Well, that would give us Sardinia and Sicily, so that's probably not a bad plan. Now, we could also take Africa as well and go for Tunis, which isn't too bad. There's no way just to take back everything at once. No, I imagine that would be pretty OP then. I'm going to go for the Imperial Reconquest of Italia, because that will give us Sardinia, Corsica, and Sicily there. So, that seems like a pretty good play. We might as well be doing something while I'm waiting for this Eternal Life. We can't just sit here, you know, stagnating just in case we do drop down dead. So we will take the Praetorian Guard. We'll take the Legio E Italica and the Legio Hellenica here. Do we really need any more troops besides that? Honestly, no. I don't think it's necessary. Let's also, plus we'll save some money having only these troops raised and not our levies. Plus it won't piss off our vassals either. Let's set ourselves a... Oh, I've already done it. Genius. Right, okay, off we go. Fellowship of the Glade. Here we are. Eduin tells you about a hidden glade in which an ancient apple tree grows. The apples are most delicious in the world, but more importantly, anyone who eats them becomes young and new. She offers to help you find the glade, but she also warns you that the search will not be easy and potentially dangerous. She urges you to form a fellowship of brave warriors to aid you in your quest. Well, you could just order some of your soldiers to tag along. She insists they must follow you out of loyalty, but not duty. Absolutely. Spare no expense. I think this is a really good idea. Arrange a great feast and invite warriors from every corner of your realm. What's our diplomacy right now? 16? Alright. We'll give it a go. Okay, the genius man died. That's a little bit annoying. Let's find ourselves a fresh genius for me to eat. Now, we've also got when we're going towards and, you know, sieging provinces might give us a chance out those congenital traits. Anyway, what about this dude? Druidic? Might give us, something on him, I suppose. Let's invite to court. Welcome aboard. Alright, first things first. Do we have any sort of imprisonment? I suppose, hang on, if we got up to intolerant religion, could we just chuck them in prison immediately? Do you think? Lower religious flexibility, but the high chance to convert provinces. Oh shit, we really want that then, eh? We just need medium centralization, right? So that's it. All we've got to do now is... Yeah, everything is true. All we've got to do now is wait till 521, so 10 years' time. Then we've got intolerant religion, and then, I mean, hey, maybe we can just chuck this guy in prison for being alive. We're going to have to get remarried, because our wife died and now we're below our domain limit. So let's go ahead and find ourselves a new wife. Now, here's the plan. We're going to find someone with some good congenital traits, not because we would expect to have kids with her, but because if she wrongs us, we can eat her whole, and, oh god, careful there, and, try and gain the congenital traits from her there. So, let's find someone who's, say, what's good with stewardship? I mean, the genius would obviously be the ideal one. The issue is, everyone's going to think we are an infidel heretic. We probably want to go married no as well, and I'll save this as filter 2, yeah. Not a bad plan. Sort by age, and just see what we can end up with here. So there's one that's... I mean, she's a genius. She's unmarried. She's not anyone's... Okay, so she's not... Oh, she is a close relative of this dude, though, so we can't just invite her to our court. I was going to say she's not like his chancellor or anything, but we still can't invite her either way. What about this person? She doesn't seem related to anybody in particular. Now, she is their spy master, so if we try and arrange marriage, there is a chance they might say yes, and they did. Okay, that's fine. Because you know what? Genius, she's got pretty good traits, and stats all on the board there, so I'll absolutely take her. What is this? Have no worries. Akuna Matata does not have the trait stress, does not have the trait depressed. Oh, right, so maybe it's just a lifestyle focus here to sort of expedite the process of losing stress or depressed. Okay, that's pretty cool. This mod adds a lot of, like, cool stuff that's just kind of nice little features. Like, there's very small events that are pretty, like, just don't do much. But they do have, obviously, an impact on immersion and things like that. That's kind of cool. Of course, advanced medicine benefits all 70 gold there. You know what? We've built so many forums right now that it's not too bad. And we're back at our regular domain like that. So two good things. Number one, I found this guy who is also a genius, but he's possessed. So hopefully he'll start plotting against us. He's an old, like, peasant leader who was obviously defeated in war, which is why he's got the broken spirit trait. Not only that, hey, look at this. Tonight at your feast, and the warriors have come from far and wide. The word must have spread that there are more guests than expected. Luckily, with Eden's help, you managed to make room for everyone, and after raiding the stores, there is plenty of food and wine to go around. Halfway through the dinner, you stand up and hold your speech. At first, you are nervous, but when you see the fervor light up in the guests' eyes, your confidence rises. You deliver the best and most passionate speech of your life. By the end of it, the crowd stands up, howling and applauding. You look to your right, where Eden is seated. She is beaming at you. Seems you have your fellowship. More wine. More wine for everyone. Get into it, Gregarious. Holy shit, that's awesome. We don't have Gregarious already. That's really, really good. Promising student, plus 15 points. Hey, thanks for that. Call my court position once. Yeah, whatever. Oh, great. We've got another smallpox outbreak, which is pretty annoying, seeing as we wanted to head to war in a second. You know what? Let's just send them off and let's tidy up this war before we do anything else in that case. Start spying on Late here, the possessed dude, in an attempt to be able to obviously imprison him. The other dude obviously left our court or died or something. I kind of lost track of him a little bit. But I've marked this guy's special interest, so we should... No, I actually haven't. Hang on. I've marked this guy's special interest. Who's Agatho? Oh, he's the guy with the Barony and Aquila. Right, I need to get that one back in a minute. I need to, like, get a notepad. There needs to be someone make a mod for CK2 that lets you add a notepad so it can more easily keep track of everything that's happening. So we want to have 18 is pretty good. We've got 17 there and 17. Hey, that's some pretty good commanders. Now, we're just after Sicily and Corsica and Sardinia, so this shouldn't take too long. And the capital's already sieged by someone else, unfortunately. Who are they at war with? Oh, Peasant Revolt. That's annoying. Okay, well, we're going to have to wait for that to be dealt with. Now, in theory, they should win against the Peasant Revolt, right? How many troops have they got? They've got 600. The Peasant Revolt has 2,600. Okay, then, never mind. Ignore everything I just said. They're probably going to lose to that. But this should make our war a lot neater, because we're not going to get, you know, any sort of threat from those guys. I was watching the Let's Play from your local philosopher. Okay, right, we've already got the trait Drunkard, so we risk getting Slothful in exchange for one learning. We can always get rid of Slothful. That's not a big deal, in my opinion. I think we'll be fine. Oh, great. Well, there's the genius dead already. God damn, why does this always happen? So one thing I haven't actually been paying too much attention to is whether or not there are any rare artifacts, I suppose, kicking around. You know, Roman artifacts, that type of thing. I mean, let's check the Basilius just to see if he's got anything to start with. He's got the Finger of St. John. So I guess they'll just have Catholic artifacts. What about Hellenic artifacts? You know what? I'll go ahead and have a look into the mod file, see what we can find. Well, there's a file called Hellenic Artifacts, and it's empty, which is a little bit of a shame, because I was hoping we would be able to grab ourselves something cool. Zeus's loincloth or something along those lines. I have no idea. But there isn't anything, unfortunately. So, there's a little bit of a shame there. Sorry? There's no point spying on Leighton because he's dead. Idun the Youthful has had a son, or a daughter, or whatever this person is, with Pontifex Constatius the Lewd, named Issa. Good. Good work, Pontifex. Okay, we won't worry about that too much. That child might be exceptionally powerful. What is this? Pontifex Bolosinis' allegiance plan to move against him. Oh shit, hang on. This is the dude that killed my wife. So, sure, let's give it a go. 40% chance the plot succeeds. This seems very, very low and probably not worth it, but we'll do it. What does establish a quarantine? Emperor Julius Augustus gains quarantine and giving health +2. Say no more, fam. Vulcan have mercy. Oh, lose 200 gold, 100 prestige. Minus 50% tax modifier. Ooh. For +2 health, it might just keep us alive long enough to see this Eternal Life event through, though, so I'll take that one. This should force his hand, and I imagine it'll fail. Oh my god, it worked! Holy shit. Well, I mean, it was a 40% chance, so it wasn't that bad. Nice! We'll see that guy get his just desserts for murdering off my original wife there. So, some expansion we've got here. It's not great. We are going to have to siege a fair amount, unfortunately, just because of... Oh, boats. Oof, owie, get out. Okay, one learning, and again, risk Slothful. We'll take the learning. Holy shit, we're going to be so powerful by the end of this. We'll put those back. Enemy presence in our realm. So we lost half our boats. Not that matters too much. We're going to observe the sky. One of the worst Hermetic Society events just because of the amount of malices you can actually pick up doing this. Now, my troops are basically trapped on Sardinia for a while. So maybe not the best plan in hindsight. We could always send our regular levies, I suppose, down to Sicily, seeing as that's probably the only other place we're actually going to siege right now, seeing as, you know, the capital's being completely besieged by their peasant revolt. An obstacle in your path. Oh my god. Okay. Can I finish? No? Okay. Ever since you didn't announce the time for search was nigh, you've been busy with preparations. What shall we do? Do we want to carefully move each rock one by one? Pick the safer but more exhausting option. Do you want to make haste and shift the biggest boulder? The more perilous but quicker option. What would the Emperor Julius Augustus do in this scenario? He would make haste. He's a man of haste. He's a man of strength. I'm in the middle of adjusting my new sextant, having spotted what looked like a shooting star when there is a faint knock at the door. Opening it, I find my daughter, the horse whisperer, fidgeting nervously. Hesitant, she speaks, "Father, I can't sleep." "Don't fret, child. I'll make you some broth from intestines." Intestine broth, my favourite. "The sweat of your brow." You cannot do this without your fierce followers. However, they seem doubtful as you attempt to raise their spirits with an inspirational speech. Your strong voice echoes in the mountains, and again you see the fire in your companions' eyes. They've thrown themselves into the task without hesitation, and you toil together for many hours. We are the toughest adventurer this land has ever seen. Game trait brawny. Exceptional student. Holy shit, are we actually going to do this? I honestly don't think I've ever got past the second phase with this particular diplomacy one before. That's insane. This character is physically brawny. I normally do the learning one just based on the fact that I don't know, I generally play a lot of pagan religions and focus on getting that one buffed up as much as possible, so obviously high learning for your priest helps with that. But I've never done the diplomacy one before, and I didn't know you got so many decent... We got gregarious and brawny immediately, so even if we fail it now, hey, you know what? I'll take it, because that's going to give us health +1. We've basically got health +3 in the past, like, week or so, which is working out incredibly well for us. I'll keep going. I've got that Heir, Julius Caesar, also giving me +1 health. What have we got? Fever, malaise? Oh, God. What's taking over the province is smallpox, isn't it? So I imagine we're probably going to end up with smallpox here. But in theory, we should be able to counter it with all of these incredible traits we've just got. Right. Legio Italica, you wait there. I'm going to send the regular boys here down to... Oh, we might as well just raise those and kill them dead. Down to Sicily. We'll siege it down, and we might just be able to finish up the war without having to go over there. Stewardship -1 for 5 years and lose 70 gold. I'm actually just going to cancel this event all round. We're already mages. We've already written the Magnum Opus. Honestly... I can't be bothered with it. So we're just going to lose the 40 gold and quit the mission entirely because it's not worth the time, honestly. My wife, Augusta Tillelli, has not been herself lately. Call my court physician and we gain the trait smallpox. Oh, shit. Enough is enough. Physician? I trust your knowledge? Right, so he's a mystic, and I probably shouldn't have pressed that because we can now get the trait mystically altered, which could kill us dead, or he can give us mystically altered, which will make us incredibly powerful. We're cured of our disease, but we gain the trait possessed. You know what? Holy shit. Wrath possessed cannibal immortal. This campaign's going a weird direction. You know what? You do you. You carry on. Alright, my son. How has he come out? How has he come out? Jesus Christ. Prince near battalions of the Western Roman Empire. You'll be trained in stewardship because you are God. Hang on. Make him a horoscope. So, I wouldn't normally do this. But when we're looking at... potentially a very generic son who's not specialized in anything. Probably because of the plague. When he was locked up, he didn't get any childhood traits. The horoscope will pigeonhole your character down a very specific education trait. So, with this, we could potentially end up with something good, but it's based on the whims of the game. So we could end up a mastermind theologian, which is obviously very, very bad. But any of the others, honestly, I'll be fine with. So we've got a 4 in 5 chance of him coming out, at least somewhat decent. What do you want him to have? Do you want him to be our bitter rival with the trait ambitious? Absolutely not. Do you want him to gain diligent and stress? I feel like that's more appropriate. That also helps increase the chance of his education. Oh, nice. We found a shooting star. That's really, really good. And we gain that permanently, do we? Oh, even though we cancelled the mission, we got the best outcome from it. Well, now I look stupid. Okay, thanks, game. I'll name it after my dear friend, Julius Caesar. That seems appropriate. Shooting star, Julius Caesar. I like that. The stars hold many secrets, but they are not indecipherable. Using the right inference and frame of mind, I will uncover the destiny of Prince Neoptanius. Okay. I'm fairly certain he will be destined for intrigue and cleverness. So now what we can do is we can actually say intrigue education, and he will get like a decent amount of bonuses to that. That works out pretty well, I think. Diligent will also affect how well he does in his education. He's got a... You know what? He's an all-round, not a completely horrible character. Even though there's a chance of us becoming immortal, Who are you? I like your hat. Maori. Maori? I was going to say, that doesn't seem right. Okay, so that is Morocco, basically. Do you want him to marry or her to marry a Moroccan? Is he alright? Lunatic? Sorry, these are absolutely throwing me off. Or do you want to marry a, another, basically, Moroccan man there? These portraits are so good, though. They're genuinely very, very good. Okay, seeing as the other one was a better deal, you know, I'm just going to marry her to the bug-eyed man. That's what you deserve, my lovely daughter, Horse Whisperer. Sure, I could not have made a destiny more fitting for him. There we go. We'll encourage any interest and give him bonuses to the intrigue education there. Again, rare example where that actually worked quite well because our son wasn't specialized in anything. Salvianella Biggus Diccus will be trained in Thrift. Special amount of titles grantable. We give designated regent from my good friend Proconsul Annius. The infirm, depressed, infirm, possessed, infirm, stressed, infirm lunatic there. Excellent. Well, he's not actually a lunatic, but he does look like one. Colloquially a lunatic. Your orders asked you to teach him about Rome. Holy shit. Rome is a silly place. It is a silly place. We shouldn't go there. Gain the trait cynical. Obviously not very good. Or we can give him 50% chance of just or 50% of ambitious. Getting just would be incredible because that would obviously remove arbitrary and give him just, which is win-win. Ambitious wouldn't be bad either because that's a complete stat buff. So, God, I can't believe I'm saying that ambitious isn't the best option here. Boom. He actually got just. And Roman Nostalgia giving learning plus 3. Look at this kid. Holy shit. He might come out alright then. Despite the fact he spent most of his life hiding in a basement from the plague, he might be okay. Get another intrigue there. Awesome. We've actually gained a lot of extra stats just from, you know, random focuses here. I kind of like these extra events, building up your character over time. Now, with an immortal character, it might be very, very OP, but I guess we'll find out for ourselves, won't we? Prince Neopotanis has always had a keen eye for intrigue, reading my letters, eavesdropping on council meetings. The boy has little respect for privacy. The stars favour him. In line with his destiny, you believe he will make great use of this talent. This is worked out really, really well. Like, surprisingly well. What about our other son? Who's next on the line? Prince Romanus doesn't have a trait either, or doesn't have a specific education. Doesn't have any childhood traits relating to an education, so we'll do, again, another horoscope there. See how you come out. Come what they may. What do we think? Battlefield and combat prowess. Awesome. That's absolutely fine. Martial for you. And we will find him a good martial guardian. Preferably with humble, or diligent, or zealous, or just. You know what? Those are all pretty good. Now, he is going to be educated with a foreign culture. It doesn't matter because he's not our heir, particularly. So, I'm not too bothered by that. Just basically the best character that we can have as a backup heir in case of emergencies. Are we going to win that war? 16 versus 17 men when they've got a commander. If they lose that, that's shameful. Wow. Impressive. Those are the enemies we're fighting. We've had yet another grandchild that I do not give a shit about. I'll be honest with you. Alright, let's merge these troops, go and take out Sicily, I think. After many months in the harsh wilderness, you finally arrived at the glade. That's not what that says. Okay, so I'm assuming this is the final event then, if we are at the tree. The clearing stands great old tree. Its branches is reaching far higher than the surrounding canopy. You're about to enter the clearing when you hear a call from behind. It's one of your companions, a reserve fellow with whom you have exchanged a few words. He questions why you should be the one to eat the apple when everyone has contributed equally. Okay, then. A heavy purse of coin should do the trick. Take the safer bet and bribe the man, lose 1,200 gold, or persuade them once more. This is a test. This is clearly a test. I mean, firstly, we don't have the gold to bribe them anyway. So, what do we think? Attempt to persuade them? I feel like it's got us quite far. We convinced them to move the boulder. We convinced them to actually come on the quest. Let's do it. I must attempt to persuade them once more. Please don't fail. Come on. You can do it, game. My God. You courteously let the man finish, making note of all of his arguments. You then proceed to crush them, one by one, in the most elegant speech of your life. You plead to their logic as well as their hearts. Are you not the same man whom they pledge their loyalties to? Are you not the rightful and honourable liege? If you have their support, your gratefulness will be eternal. You will secure the future of their dynasties and their names will live on forever. By the end of your appeal, there is absolutely stillness and silence. Then the instigator kneels before you, tears in his eyes, and offers to bring you the apple himself. You have succeeded. It is dusk when the man returns from the tree with the apple in his hand. Congratulations, Idun murmurs, with a smile, as you bite into the... My God, what do we bite into? I'll never know. I've conquered death, the greatest adversary of all. You have successfully completed Idun's quest and gained Immortality. And she likes us because we are now a phenomenal student. Hey, more importantly, we get the damn trait Immortal. Watch this. 3, 2, 1, boom. My God. Like, we've actually done it? Huh. Sorry, I'm just taking a minute to appreciate the glory. This character has achieved eternal life, will never succumb to the ravages of old age. Maybe we were blessed by the gods. The Hellenic gods. Your eternal pontificate maxima will rise. My god. I actually can't believe that a little bit. Okay then, so back to the war in Sicily. More importantly, I've been struck with the great loss, the death of the priest Romanus. I couldn't care less, Romanus. I am immortal. There will be plenty of apprentices. They will come and go, whereas I shall weather eternity as eternal Biggus Diccus. The biggest of all Diccuses, if you will. I believe the heavens have a plan for Prince Romanus. Good for him. Let's assault this down and finish off this damn war so I can enjoy my permanent retirement. Perpetual retirement as permanent emperor? I don't really know where I'm going with this. Anyway, look, the point is we're immortal, which, again, I was not expecting. Especially considering we only had 16 diplomacy. It's only just dawned on me that we don't really have... I mean, our diplomacy isn't bad by any stretch of the imagination, but I think the highest that's recommended to get the highest chance of success is having... so I think it's 22 diplomacy that gives you the most benefits when doing those quests. So that's very strange. We did pretty well, though. You know what we can actually check? We can actually check the character flags on Edu and see if she was a mystic. Now, I don't think she was, because I think if she is, it's a guaranteed failure. So I'm going to go ahead and do a char info on her here. Event flags, eternal life mystic. No, I guess we were good all along. Health 25. Holy shit. Oh, she's immortal as well. Was she always immortal? Have I only just... She only just got that. She would make a good wife. Unfortunately, she will not marry. Wait, we can take her as a concubine. Huh. The immortal emperor and his immortal concubine. My wife is sad. Oh. Okay, understandable. You know what? I'll let you off. I was going to say it's because we've got an immortal concubine, but no, it's because she's potentially dying there. Okay, no, that's fair. Let's go send the boats up, pick up the Allegio Italica and the Praetorian Guard. I'm getting a little bit distracted with all of the excitement in becoming basically a god on Earth. The eternal emperor of the newly reformed Roman Empire. I mean, now it's not going to fall apart so easily, right? Unless people start, you know, questioning my eternal rule. Someone's born called Cassius Biggus Diccus. You'll be trained in Thrift, and we are going to call you Cassius. Let me think of a better name. Cassius Biggus Diccus. Welcome aboard. I think I double spaced that. Oh god, that's hideous. I didn't realize you could put punctuation in the names. Well, that's opened up just a whole can of worms for the future. Right, where is the capital of Vandalica now then? Where have they moved that to? Oh, really? Well, that makes it even more difficult because they're sieged by yet another peasant revolt. Mallorcan peasant revolt. Okay, that's a little bit annoying. I guess we'll just go and siege the mainland. Instead, they do have some men as well, which we could potentially grab a little bit of war score from here. My son came out, an intricate web weaver. Holy shit, that's not too bad. Honestly, 15 intrigue, maybe he'll have some, let's hope he doesn't get a bit above his post. At least he didn't get ambitious, so he's not going to, you know, try and kill us or anything. Fair enough. Oh, 100% war score. Nice, we're done. Boom. We've expanded out the realm. We've taken back parts of Italica. Italica? Italia. We are an immortal emperor. In the next episode, I think we actually restore that Pontificate Maximus, seeing as I was saving it for my son, but now there's not really much point. You, my friend, can have vassalize it. Ah, for fuck's sake. Just always do this. So we are going to conquest as and when we can, just so we get that 50% moral authority to be able to reform the religion a lot faster. You know what? Actually, don't bother with these. We'll just raise the Praetorian Guard. And friends. Because those boys are suited to this type of inter-Italian conflict. My wife is dead, but you know what? We've got the best concubine in the world. It's a shame we can't marry her. Oh, shit. I'll do some realm management before next episode as well. We'll just finish this one up to tidy up the last of Italy there that we're missing. Italy and Sicily. You want to marry somebody, if you actually want to appear on the screen. Heir to the chiefdom of Westragothia wants to marry my granddaughter. I'm going to say no, seeing as Westragothia is on my Kilstragothia list. This man seems a little bit stressed. Are you alright? I'll accept that. Why not? Now, we could always leave the Hermetic Society. There's one more thing left to do in it, and that is come up with a Hermetic invention. Something like the gun or the blast furnace, those events. So, definitely want to do something like that. Safer but not as effective. The last thing we want is to be eternally in prison. We've got an epic hangover. Thank you. Okay, alright, let's finish this off, and then be done with the war. It's better than nothing. Some esoteric knowledge again that we really don't need, seeing as we are going to be around forever now. 30% chance to lose the trait stress. Hey, that'd be good. Nothing. I might even flip over to theology focus so that we can try and get rid of, like, possessed as well, and actually become a lovely man. Boom, we've done it. Reunited completely the whole of Italy. Look at this. Thanks for watching. Before next episode, I'm going to do some round management, because it's an absolute mess. I'm also going to be adding the patron houses as well, which I said I would do this episode, but we got a little bit distracted by the Immortal Life events. Okay, that's completely my own fault. I apologize. I'll get this done right after this is done. And then you guys get your fancy stuff added to the game. If you haven't already, messaged me on Discord, obviously, and I will add those after the fact. Shout out to Aforementioned patrons, Big Dick Dimmy, Sean Thornton, Zachary Harris, Harik, Lucas Holting, Haydog, Croesus, Gabriel Vanders, Josh Lindeen Tesla, Michael Mullen, Logan Thorne, Conspire Z, James Ogilvie, Escape, and Jackson Widman, and everybody else who's backed on Patreon as well. Nathaniel Lindbergh, Brandon Matoniak, Necrophilin, Felix Steel Princess, Ugly the Dragon, Nick, Noble Ice, Quetlutchley, Zareven, Facundo Vasquez, Polmaster, Imperator Augustus, Jack Allen, Chancellor Chief Palpatine 9, The Lizard King, Llewellyn Thomas, Joran DeVries, Euphrates, Duncani 2 and 7, Jordan Campbell, Asaro, and Sidini. Thank you all for your support. I hope you like the new Eternal Emperor. What a mess. I kind of like the idea of us building up this cannibal trait, though, and becoming, you know, the immortal, strong, fair, attractive, genius Eternal Emperor. That seems pretty fun.